Pick it from where Otto Addo was appointed. When the FA announced Otto as the head coach, how many months was he given? 36 months.
All right, and I'm super excited. What news now? The bro, it's about the Ghana Football Association and the new sports minister, Honorable Kofi Adams. As you can see, this is not my usual way I'm shooting video, but in my area, no lights any hand, so I decided to go in a different way. Now, me the news no Eddie Abremo. Now, as I was saying, me super excited. This news now the bro. Now, what is the first one? Honorable Minister Kofi Adams, Eko GFA Akache, Enomukudi and Komo. And that meeting, the whole meeting was about the security measures. Amudia go Kwemu, na Ghana Premier League, Ato Aso, and I say Etime Akoso, Amomabo games ahodo. And this time around, Honorable Eko on the note of Otto Addo, or Koma Kotnase, no more discuss Otto Addo future. And the way Honorable sound on the edge, say Otto Addo, his job is at stake. Medical Bekacho say Otto Addo no ne ho commission bebre e wo honom. Ne ho commission bebre asofo akese bebre ye nyina e wo platform with no ye yawe me the ability to na e de abremu. Now this time round no wo hwe the way Honorable Ekasa na I can confidently say Otto Addo will be sacked. But GFA explanations how to bebre e na ekoso me no kasa no a big ups to Linus Nete TV. Yes, senior mine and Blaster Senior Communications and I say GFA Senior Communications Director Oruani Din Edi Sheikh Tofik Seinu oni kodi enkomo na or try explaining Sheikh try explaining the reason tia omukepi Otto Addo ewo honom na man that ample time say onye na djuma nanso still na no results na ema no Sheikh edi ewura mu enti ebeko ne wakutie ensem a Sheikh ebeka ye na before say ebeko akotie ensem a big shout out to Linus United TV ono na enya akonya no eni Sheikh ebo nkomo nti yenko ne yekohwe that particular interview no ye wia ne ewura mu ewo new sports minister and GFE omo nsensem no
Morocco, Nami Admanka this year, December, and they ever call Morocco for AFCON. It's me and qualify, I'm a AFCON. Obia Bashi FN. Now, one decision our FN take here was to retain Coach Otto Addo. Osha qualifies now 6 matches, 2 draws, 4 defeats. I mean, nobody was happy. Nobody in Ghana was happy. But the decision of the FA to retain him, and Kofu, tempest arising more. What was that concrete decision? If any Gina Swaka said, let's maintain Otto Addo for the World Cup qualifiers.
Okay, so pick it from where Otto Addo was appointed. When the FA announced Otto as the head coach, how many months was he given? 36 months. Close to 3 years.
Okay. Yeah.
And an option to renew for 2 more years. So virtually, the FA gave Otto Addo a long haul or a long-term contract because we want him to sit, build, then we execute.
Okay.
And when a coach is building a team, there will be challenges.
But 3 years near enough now, so it's my building solid team for World Cup now. Because World Cup in there,
okay, so
1 year.
So it's possible. But when you say it's enough, I cannot say whether yes or no. Because sometimes 10 years crowd will not be enough based on the prevailing circumstances. Now, Germany, when they appointed Joachim Low in 2007, it took him 7 years before he won the World Cup. When Senegal appointed Aliou Cisse in 2015, it took him 7 years before he won the AFCON. You understand?
Yeah.
So national team there, I am a coaches Yamre. How long has Didier Deschamps worked with France as the head coach? Over 14 years.
14 years now.
World Cup, Yako how many times? Yako World Cup 3 under him. Or just I don't know winning even with the number of years that he has stayed there. So he tells you it's not easy. You get it? For national team, you need a number of years. You need to be with the national team for long to be able to implement whatever you want to implement. I say in the from the last time I bought match in December. Yeah, in December.
November.
In November. November, December, December, January, February. March in March. How many months? 4 months.
4 months.
But we a clubber, they are training. Is that not it?
Yeah.
They are playing league matches. Is that not it? So clubs have time. National teams don't have time. So when you have a coach, you need to give him a long call to enable him to build. You understand? Into Otto Addo no. When the FA assessed the report that he brought, the FA realized that yes, it's true there were challenges.
Fantastic. So utim say shake explanation dey bebre you go explain tire and say no yan kan wie obusia ye konya kutie more. Now say this FA for dey o ma no dey o mbe to say o be convince o ni ade ezo enko ba bibia na lie. He say honorable wapa no na wapa ye nko ne ento aso ntie ensem hodo a shake eto aso kan.
And if we are to be very honest with ourselves, these Black Stars throughout the qualifier had a lot of challenges. In our last game, how many players were withdrawn? 8.
Injuries and other stuff.
You better camp no man buy no says you can bear 4 almost free. Makeshift invitations. You invite player or back camp one day no about match. How do you build a national team with this? So there were a lot of challenges. But I believe that going forward, now that the challenges have been identified and the technical team has been strengthened, going forward, the FA, the Black Stars will be able to do well. The target is to qualify for the World Cup, and that's what we need every Ghanaian, to hope for. And we can only qualify for the World Cup if we support the team, regardless of who is there, regardless of who is the head coach, regardless of who is the technical advisor or whatever. We need to support the team. The target is to qualify for the World Cup. So we put every differences aside and concentrate on how we push the team to qualify for the World Cup. We need to be positive. We need not to hit the team with a lot of negativity. Right now, the FA announced a technical support staff. Then quickly, we have reports in the media say, what you say? What does it seek to do? It seeks to make people angry.
The more.
You get it? But elsewhere, go to France, go to Germany. How much did Didier Deschamps receive a month as France head coach? Do you know?
No. Nope, I don't.
They don't even care about those things. What they care is about is getting the job done. That is what we must all be doing now. Let's think about how the job is done, how we get the results. That's the most important thing. As to
of course.
You get it? So, but that is not the target. The target is how we get into the World Cup, and that should be our concentration.
Nice one.
All right, big ups. Yes, big ups to Linus Native TV. On my shake airborne komono. Now, who tells some idea with the one casa judge? It said the GF for no more try some be convincing the part. With the one casa and chawajin or comment section. Young na yanko the big one. Madika Kacho said, prophet for Hon.Kofi Ministries. Yes, Apostle Abeka and Sebebri Eden come share ma beto say. Si epese e ko World Cup ni bia. E wo say yesaki Otto Addo. Edi kwa say Otto Addo e de ko World Cup. Eti say no Otto Addo obeko. Otto Addo obeko. Na yenkotie ensema honorable e bon komo on phone. Enkomo a oboye one sister stations ahodo ni bi e boy ne yenkotie the new approacher or they call approach GF for no and what is at stake, what is involved. They all kwakoye utod the future now kwako decide any ade no yenko timra.
You said you were going to ask a very simple question, but I don't know whether this is a simple question. And if it's a simple question, there's no simple answer to this question that is simple. But clearly it's not simple and it's not easy like that. Like you rightly said, one wonders why the Otto Addo was retained as the head coach, considering all the scorecards that we have all seen. Everybody is wondering what informed his retention and what informed the firing of his assistants and all other persons, but he alone was kept. And I have not yet received satisfactory answers. Maybe when I meet the FA people officially, now that I'm the Minister for Sports and Recreation, they should be able to tell me why, and we'll see whether the reasons is convincing enough and whether it assures us of a strong technical bench that can handle the very good talents that we have and very skillful players that we have, to be able to coordinate all these departments to give us wins that will qualify us to the World Cup. Because our non-participation in the African Cup of Nations is not something that we should allow to repeat itself. So I agree with you that all of us, from the president to me, his sports minister, through to the last person, I believe that our wish is to at least reclaim our position in football by working so hard to qualify for the World Cup. And not just qualify for the World Cup, but stay and play among the very top nations, maybe beyond the group stages, and if not, do better than what we performed in South Africa in 2010. Don't forget also that Morocco has since broken our record and have gone further to even play beyond the level that we played in South Africa. So we have yet something more to do. So we will work very hard. I will ask the DFA all the very tough questions on behalf of the people of Ghana, and we will make sure that the right thing is done. If it ends up that Otto Addo is the best that we have, assuming without admitting that that is what it is, if it ends up, after all the consultation and analysis, all the financial analysis, the technical analysis, it comes out that he is what we must keep, then we will see what to do. But it is true that the dressing room was long lost in our previous appearances. Has his recent engagement with some of the players changed that perception of him? Has he given some reassure the stars that indeed they have a right technical person to handle them? If it has not, then we have to take a very drastic decision, irrespective of the financial consequences or dire financial situation that such a decision may subject us to. But if it is the case that the very players that complain now say that, oh, well, he has come around, we have engaged, and we think that we understand his strategy now, and we are willing and prepared to play all out, then we will see how to go about it.
Okay.
But your concerns is genuine, and they are just like my concerns also.
Okay. Honorable, thank you very much. Just a very quick one, because I know my colleague also wants to ask you a question. From all what you've told us on this platform, are you going to assure us that, because I can confirm to you that an executive council member of the Football Association made mention that they don't need to consult anybody before making an appointment, but from what onto the Black Star, but from what all you've told us tonight, are you going to assure us that that appointment or the decision to retain Otto Addo and to improve the technical team by bringing in expatriates, when you meet them officially next week, like you said, are you going to probe into that decision? And if it's not wise and good enough, can you assure us that you are going to dismiss that newly assembled technical team?
The FA don't pay the technical people. Government does.
Yeah.
So you can't go and appoint somebody and say, this is what I've appointed to come and manage a team that doesn't belong to you.
Okay.
The national team doesn't belong to the FA. Neither do they pay the coaches.
Yeah.
The country pays, the state pays. So nobody can sit anywhere and say that when they decide they are not to consult anybody in taking that decision. If that is the mindset, and I doubt if anybody will dare say that, if that is the mindset with which they approach their work, then they will have issues. And I doubt if anybody will approach his or her work as far as the national teams is concerned with this kind of mentality. The Black Stars, the national team doesn't belong to the FA.
Yeah.
The country have just asked the FA to manage the national teams for them. They just asked them to manage the national team for them. That's why the nation still pays the coaches. They don't pay the coaches. The country still pays for all the qualifiers. And so how will you go and appoint somebody that I am going to pay? And then you tell me that, no, you don't have a right. I'm not, there's no way that I should consult you in appointing somebody that you are going to pay. I don't think anybody will say that. If somebody says so, then the person lacks the understanding of his or her responsibility.